Hello and welcome! I'm Zombie Kitty and welcome to another Comic Con vlog. So this is for a one-day event called Port Solent Comic Con. I'm going to bring the mic up to my face a bit closer because otherwise it always seems to be a bit quiet in here. But yeah, this is a one-day event, completely free in Port Solent. From one of my friends who's already there, they said there's actually quite a lot of stalls and it's quite busy. Which I haven't really got any expectations of what this is going to be like. But I thought, yeah, it's only one day, but I thought I'd do a vlog on it to show you guys what it's going to be like. So my cosplay is just really easy and simple. I'm going to go as Possessed Dipper again. I'm going to put my contact lenses in once I'm actually there. So I can't be bothered to do them now, so I'll just wait till I'm there. But yeah, welcome to Port Solent Comic Con. So, I am back. I've had food. Took off some of my cosplay. But yeah, that was really, really fun. I don't know why it's so dark. That was really fun. I think this and Portsmouth always seemed a lot more like chilled out compared to the London conventions. And I think that's just because London is a bigger city. It's always a bit manic. I love the London conventions, but it's always nice to have these local ones that are a bit more chilled out in comparison. But yeah, this one was tiny, like teeny tiny. I was debating on doing like, here's a comparison between when I got there and when the event ended with the crowds. Because I did hang around for a little bit afterwards, because Port Solent you can, like, it's not like, oh, it's a venue, like you need to get out and once the event's ended. It's like, okay, well, that was when like the non-cosplayers and like just everyday people came in to like going to the restaurants and stuff. So I did hang around for a little bit after that and then went to get food. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed it, and I think I've been saying this to my friends for a while, that like Port Solent was one of those like childhood locations that I used to visit quite a lot whenever I'd come down here, because I used to live in London. Whenever I came down here, it was a place that I'd always go to, and there was always like pardon me, there was also always like shops and stuff, and it was actually quite lively. I mean, again, we're talking probably like 20 years ago, 23 years ago, something like that. But it's so dead now, and has been for a while, that I feel like it needs more events like this. Like, I haven't seen Port Solent that busy in a very long time. Like, really haven't seen it that busy in a very long time. It's usually pretty dead, and like the only reason people would go there is for the cinema and the restaurants, and that's pretty much it. So it was really, really nice to actually have the event, and I do hope because it existed, I forgot to say this in the intro, Port Solent, the free Comic Con, used to exist, because I remember it when I was at uni a few years ago, I think more like 8 years ago. I can't remember timelines. They stopped doing it for a while, and I'm not really sure why. It wasn't because of the big bad virus. I don't know if I'm still allowed to say that word, the actual name of it, on YouTube or not. It wasn't because of that. Like, it kind of stopped and then started back up before that and kept trying to come back, but I don't really know what happened. But it's nice that it has come back, and to be honest, like, with it being a free event, I really had no expectations. I didn't even expect there to be stalls, which I was quite surprised by. I bought a couple things, didn't buy that much, but I did buy a couple things, so we'll do that in a minute. But yeah, I didn't expect there to actually be stalls. I thought it was literally just going to be, okay, people go in cosplay and like you just meet people and socialise. A bit like what Secret Con was actually, and you get like photos and stuff by the water. I thought that's what it was kind of going to be, but it was actually really, really fun. I think it's good that it's only one day because it is tiny. Like, me and my friends probably did the whole thing in like a couple of hours. So we sort of sat down, had some food, and then went round again. So I don't think it needs multiple days. I think it's just good to have one day and that's it. I really, really enjoyed it, and I hope that sort of Portsmouth, I hope Port Solent like learn to like keep this going instead of just going, oh okay, well that was it for that year, cool. I hope this like continues to be a yearly thing, like with Portsmouth Comic Con, because again, Portsmouth Comic Con is probably the most busiest and liveliest event throughout the whole year for the city centre. So, you know, there are people who, you know, obviously Comic Con is a lot more mainstream now, but people will go to it, like, you know, it will be popular. And I think Portsmouth and Port Solent and like Hampshire need that. So I really, really enjoyed it. If they do it again next year, I hope they do, because I definitely will come back. So yeah, I did buy a couple of things, not much, because again, there wasn't actually that many stalls there because it was quite small, but we'll just go through a look through with that. So here's what I got. I'm sort of just gonna do this really, because again, it's really not much. This was pretty cool. So this is, if you aren't familiar, this is essentially when the internet would go down, you'd be able to play this like dinosaur jumping obstacle course game, a bit like Geometry Dash, but this store also had like stuffed toys and socks and other things all themed around dinosaurs. And it was really cool, and they did have like, you know, the Jurassic Park section and stuff down that area. You'll see videos of it as well. This sticker I was gonna get from Portsmouth Comic Con. Didn't want to go into the tent they were in again, because they were in the outside, the stall who did this were in the outside tent, and it always gets so humid in there, so I try not to stay too long in there. But Golden Freddy! Also, apologies if this is really wobbly, because I'm literally holding it with one hand and you putting the speaker right up to my mouth with the other microphone, sorry. So this and this was from a company called Game Not Over. So what they do is they basically turn Lego and like little board game pieces into jewelry and key rings, and it was really cool. So this is a purple one. I don't know if you'll be able to tell because of the light, but these are really cool. This was another stall that was at Portsmouth Comic Con. This is the thing, like, when you go to quite a lot of conventions, you're going to start seeing stall holders that you've seen before. Like, that's just a given. But the Bonnie is so cute. And of course, it's FNAF. Couldn't resist. Had to do it. And then the last thing, so this might be a bit quiet because I've just let go of my microphone. So I will have to do a bit of a close-up on this. There you go. The Uno Reverso. So this was from there was a stall that was selling like badges and key rings and stuff, but they also had like one of those badge like gacha machines, where you you pay for a token, you put the token in the little machine, and out comes like an egg like casing with a mystery pin badge. Oh, the pins come, hang on. There you go. With a mystery pin badge, and this is the one I got, which is pretty cool. So yeah, didn't get too much, but again, this convention was tiny. It's probably the smallest convention I've ever been to. But in that, I think it was really nice to have something quite small and chilled out and local again. I think Portsmouth need to start investing in more local conventions and events just in general. Because it was really, really fun and really nice. And the weather was nice for it as well. There was a bit of a problem where I think it was in the morning, it was like, oh, it's raining. Like, is it just going to be raining the entire time? Because that's not going to be fun. Because it was all outside, with it being a port. It was all outside. I mean, again, you'll see in the video. The only thing that was inside was where the Daleks were. And that was it, really. But, yeah. I don't really have much else to say. I know I say this with every Comic-Con vlog, but this is going to be so short. But I thought this would be like something a bit different compared to like the other paid and bigger events and Comic-Cons that I go to. This one obviously is free, so it's quite small, but I thought it would just be an interesting one to do regardless. So yeah, this was my Port Solent Comic Con vlog. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye!